Alright, today we're driving our 1993 Toyota Coaster. This is a sort of a camper. It's more of a retired disaster response vehicle from Japan, based off of the Coaster bus platform. So this has it's an HGB20 is the model code. It's a 1HD-T engine, the same engine that came in the Land Cruiser in the turbo diesel models. So this thing is really interesting. It's got a unique past and it's a unique build out. It's kind of halfway between a camper and a bus. It's got 4 seats up here, and then you have a sink, refrigerator, spot for a stove with a vent, and then sort of a futon style bed in the back. But it's a very basic rear area, and you'll see that in the walk around video. It's a pretty simple setup and good for modification in the future. You can kind of do whatever you want with this. So yeah, this has a 1HD-T turbo diesel, which is a super easy engine to drive with. It's got plenty of power. This is tuned slightly for more power than the Land Cruiser was. So all the power goes straight to the rear wheels. It has a dual rear wheel setup. So it puts the power down nicely, and it's a really heavy duty feeling. Lots of torque, but it's geared well enough where you can drive at highway speeds. And we'll get it out on the freeway up here and you'll see how well it drives on the freeway. But you can see up here, visibility is incredible. You've got just a whole wraparound windshield plus good side windows. And then out the back you can also see really easily. It does have this rear view camera right here that works fine. Change the brightness of that, brighter or dimmer. The idle's smooth, not too much of a rattle. It's a pretty smooth inline-6 engine. It is a 4.2 liter inline-6 turbo diesel. Around 170 horsepower and quite a bit more torque. And this is riding on air suspension, so it is super, super smooth driving. But it's still, I mean, through turns, you do want to take turns fairly slowly, but it's still somewhat planted. I mean, for bus standards, it's pretty good. It's a very confidence-inspiring truck to drive, even with its size. But in comparison to any US-style Class A camper, this holds up really well. I mean, it's pretty portable. Not too big by any means. can see now that we're on the freeway, it is cruising pretty nicely. There's a little bit of wind noise, but not all that bad. Get back over here. It's a pretty bumpy road, but the air suspension is really smooth, really nice. This is comfortable for long distances, that's for sure. Here you've got your air conditioning controls. AC works great, no problem. Even with normal city driving, you don't really have to take turns too wide. It's pretty easy going. only tunes up to 90 FM in the US. That's a single DIN radio, can easily be replaced. It is a 24-volt 2 battery system, so that's marked here on the cigarette lighter, 24 volts. It has an automatic side door, so you'll see in the walk around the door in the back area there. To get into that area, there's a switch up here on the dash to control that. You've got a two-way window for the driver and a sliding window for the passenger up here. But it's nice to pull that guy open. That's narrative. Keep it shut for the sake of the video, though. You have a very simple dashboard up here. Oh, you do have an engine brake or an exhaust brake that can be controlled with this lever here. That'll just slow you down with the exhaust instead of the brake. It just kind of drags and slows you down a little bit. You'll hear it a little bit extra noise, but it works just fine. It works totally normally. When you're chugging down a hill and you need to start slowing down a little bit. This is good for mountain passes and stuff like that. Some pretty large visors up here to block out some unneeded sunlight. Those don't need to be used too often here in Washington. Pull in the lock here. That's it for our test drive. 1993 Toyota Coaster. Sort of camper, disaster response vehicle, kind of a blank canvas, whatever you want it to be. So yeah, go ahead and check out the walk around also on our YouTube channel, JDM Car and Motorcycle. Yeah, thank you for watching.